Hey everyone, welcome back. We're in a little different setting today. This is in my basement, and it's going to be, as the title says, an off-the-shelf book tour of my Titanic books and videos. I'm just doing it downstairs because that's where I have them stored in the closet, literally over to my right here. And yeah, so I'm going to get started. And this is one of the classics, A Night to Remember by Walter Lord. A great book. And, of course, I have a couple movies. This one is literally called A Night to Remember. This is one of my favorites. Who's the main character in it? Kenneth Moore. Right there. Right there. Yeah. I really like this edition. Unfortunately, it's only in VHS. If I can ever find it in DVD, I will probably get a newer collection of it. But this is a great movie if you're a Titanic fan. It's old black and white video. I also have one starring Clifton Webb, Barbara Stanwyck, and Audrey Dalton. It's classic. It's just called Titanic. Again, it's a VHS tape. I think this came out like in the 1950s. This one was, I believe, in color. I'm saving the cover. Then, one of the weirdest books I have, this is actually, came out in 1898. It's not obviously an original copy. It would be worth a lot if it was. But it's called The Wreck of the Titan or Futility. And it doesn't have a dust jacket or anything. Buccaneer Press looks like is the publisher. It's by Morgan Robertson. And there's no summary on the book anywhere here. So I'm actually going to go turn to this book, A Night to Remember, because in the foreword by Walter Lord is a summary of what that book is about. And it's very strange for anybody who's interested in Titanic lore and all that. In 1898, a struggling author named Morgan Robertson concocted a novel about a fabulous Atlantic liner, far larger than any that had ever been built. Robertson loaded the ship with rich and complacent people, and then wrecked it one cold April night on an iceberg. This somehow showed the futility of everything, and in fact the book was called Futility when it appeared that year, published by the firm of M.F. Mansfield. 14 years later, a British shipping company named the White Star Line built a steamer remarkably like the one in Robertson's novel. The new liner was 66,000 tons displacement. Robertson's was 80,000. The real ship, 882.5 feet long, and the fictional one, 800 feet. Both vessels were triple screw and could make 24 to 25 knots. Both could carry about 3,000 people. And both had enough lifeboats for only a fraction of this number. But then this didn't seem to matter because both were labeled unsinkable. On April 10, 1912, the real ship left Southampton on her maiden voyage to New York. Her cargo included a priceless copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam and a list of passengers collectively worth $250 million. On her way over, she too struck an iceberg and went down on a cold April night. Robertson called his ship the Titan. The White Star Line called the ship the Titanic, the story of her last night. So it's just this very strange set of circumstances how close to reality this book became when the Titanic sank. So if you can ever track down a copy, it's really kind of bizarre, but interesting read. Then I have several picture books and things, and first-person accounts. This is two books in one. This is the Titanic: A Survivor Story by Colonel Archibald Gracie, and then down below is The Sinking of the SS Titanic, and that's by John B. Thayer. And actually, Walter Lord here referenced Sir Archibald Gracie's book when he wrote A Night to Remember, which it states on the back here. So that's pretty interesting too. This is a abridged and edited version of the original 1912 classic by Logan Marshall. It's The Sinking of the Titanic. And again, it's just another factual book. There's some let's see, there's some illustrations in here. Oh no. No, this is, oh yeah, there are. Yeah, there's some photos, things like of the Titanic, comparisons to buildings as to how tall it was, to the tallest buildings at the time, the captain, and just some images of the ship inside and everything. So that's a pretty nice book. Also, I have the Titanic Destination Disaster: The Legends and the Reality. This is by John P. Eden and Charles Haas. It's just kind of a thin little picture book with facts in it. Some of the memorials that they did. Let's see. Nope. Some images from underwater when they found the ship. Let's see. Yeah, there's Harold McBride, the wireless operator, captain, yeah, all sorts of photos in that. This book I really enjoyed reading. You'd think it'd be kind of tedious and boring, but it was actually quite fascinating. This is the Titanic disaster hearings, the official transcripts of the 1912 Senate investigations. It's edited with an introduction by Tom Kuntz, and it includes eyewitness accounts from survivors taken just days after their rescue at sea. And in the center, there are photos from that Senate hearings, drawings from like where the ship sank, maps, photos of the original crew. Right there's the captain. Headlines are in there as well. And yeah, this was actually really quite interesting for anybody who's interested in the Titanic. Should still be around. I think it came out 1998. Yeah, this is like a second edition of it. And remarkably for a mass market, it's still in excellent condition. I mean, I try to take care of my books the best I can, but this spine is not even a crease or a crack anywhere, so just getting a little on the orangey side, but you can't see in this lighting. So anyway, the rest I have are quite large picture book type things. I've taken most of these at the time when I got these through when I was working for B. Dalton, a division of Barnes & Noble. And we had these Mylar wrappings that we were able to put on some of our more expensive books. So I was able to get a whole bunch and cover like all my large picture books in this, which is really great. I mean, they protect the covers excellently. They're not taped to the book in any way. They just slip right over the edges of the book. This is quite a nice one. It's got like diagrams of the inside of the ship. And this is Titanic and Triumph and Tragedy. Second edition is John P. Eden and Charles Haas. That's the same people that did this one. And again, full of interesting facts, passenger manifests, photos from the ship, and lots of facts and things too, information about the rescue. Really nice book. I also have Titanic by Leo Marriott. Again, Mylar wrapped and everything. And just show you a little bit. Nothing on the inside there. Oh, there's sort of a black and white. This looks almost like a model. Doesn't look like the real thing. It looks like a model of the wreck. There's some color photos on the inside of the ship and things. It's really nice big picture books. That is a report of survey. I'm not sure what that is. More crew. Photos of the crew. I also got this. It was like a kit. The Titanic, the official story, April 14th to 15th, 1912. And it's over 100 remarkable pages of correspondence, government certificates, and contemporary records that look just like the originals. And it's just a box that opens up. And just, for instance, this is published April 16th, 1912, the Evening Journal. That's just the image of the ship. It looks like an old reproduction of a newspaper that came out in articles. There's like a document in here, report on the loss of the Titanic, a report from the court, just a paper document. That was kind of interesting. I decided just to go ahead and get that at the time. Let's see, another, this one's a paperback. Reader's Digest. The Titanic, the extraordinary story of the unsinkable ship. And again, in fact, it even talks about that book too. This is probably one of the original covers of Futility. Ah, there it is. That's that book that was written at very similar back in 1898 before the sinking of the ship, about a very similar ship. There's newspaper articles and things. Where'd that go? A photo of one of the rescue boats, or the lifeboats rather. And inside, I'm not even sure where I'd gotten this, but I must have hung on to it. It's a bookmark from the White Star Line. Get the right angle there. There we go. kind of, I'd forgotten I had that actually. It was buried in the book. Titanic at 2. Final events surrounding the doomed liner. An illustrated narrative with survivor accounts by Paul J. Quinn. And again, it's plastic wrapped. Apologize for the lighting because I'm just working through my natural lighting out by the window here. Kind of shows possibly how the ship sank. See that. Oh, visibility. With the curvature of the Earth and the visibility. I can't tell where I'm poking. Okay. So, like, say if that's the Titanic, that might be a rescue ship, and how they wouldn't be quite visible on the horizon line. Yeah, mostly there's survivor information, photos from inside the ship, reproductions and things. Really nice. And just 3 more here. I have the Titanic disaster as reported to the British National Press April to July 1912 by Dave Bryceson. On the back, you can't really tell, but there's just sepia imprints of passengers and ships and crew and stuff. And they're all like documents back and forth. Some nice prints from the newspapers. Photo of the captain there. Yeah, crew. Some of the crew and stuff. Another, this has got lots of nice newspaper articles. Another lifeboat. What's a few more? So that's that one. There goes my dog. There's nobody, Skippy. Nobody there. This is the Discovery Channel Titanic, Legacy of the World's Greatest Ocean Liner by Susan Wells. And it's going to get this papery jacket over the cover, superimposed over an image of the, I don't know if that's the bow or the stern. That's the back of it. I don't know why they wrapped it in that, so I couldn't quite plastic wrap that. Again, full of nice images. Images, facts, and things. A representation of the sinking. An illustration. Yeah, they show like the opulence of the first class suites and things. Oh, maybe a dining area there. Smoking room. Anything else really interesting? Oh, that shows them going down. Let's see. That's this one right here. This is like the ship that found it and how they took their camera down through the stairwells to explore the wreckage. That's kind of cool. And last of all is one of my favorites. This is The Discovery of the Titanic by Dr. Robert D. Ballard. So this is an awesome book. Excellent. 1,000,000-copy international bestseller updated. So it says. Again, I plastic wrapped this one. This is, of course, the guy who found the ship. And this has just got some really beautiful illustrations. There's all like the white Star Line flags on the inside there, and the flyleafs. Yeah, this is the building of the ship. Introduction by Walter Lord through here, the author of The Night to Remember. More passengers and crew and images of the ships. Aerial view of Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute. They sponsored the Discovery. And then it shows how they discovered the ship. And down through here you get some really cool images. Let's see, I think there's some fold-out ones. Bear with me a moment here when I dig them out. Yeah. These are big, huge fold-outs of the ship. Of the wreckage. This one's kind of cool. This shows inside the Titanic. All the passenger compartments and things. Whoa. Big, huge fold-out. See close enough in there? So that's kind of neat. And there's another fold out here somewhere. Oh, quite a few. Yeah, there's the other half of the ship. I have some really neat close-up photos that they pieced together, and they show what areas the wreckage is from. Bow section. There we go. It's all pieced together like a mosaic. So yeah, that is the last of my books for the Titanic collection. Of course, with the videos, I also own the Leonardo DiCaprio DVD, but I don't have that here. It's in storage somewhere. So that's everything. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.